woke up this morning and the first thing I did was check my phone. I had a lot of notifications about just various things, and one of them was like a Rocket League notification, and it said this person potentially going to this team in Europe. And I was like, oh wow, that's pretty interesting, you know. And it was a team outside the top five of the major for the winner, so respectable. Why wouldn't you make changes, right? You're not making the major, you should probably make changes. For a lot of people see it that way. Anyways, everything that I saw got overshadowed when I saw this shit. So I'm just gonna read this tab up here, and you can scroll down and look at this little thread right here as well. But anyways, you click on this, you open this up. Team BDS to part ways with Mark by 8. Vatira made primary target. And this is Shift. All this is by the Shift boys, Shift RLE. This is where I get the news from. This is where you guys can get the news from. They're on Twitter, Reddit. Those are great places to get your news. I'm just here to react to it and share with you guys on what I think. Anyways, holy shit, I can't believe this is happening. BDS, after one result that was outside of like top 8 or 5 or something, they said, fuck it. Time to hang it up and get someone else. That's just... And the gone by 8 shit, man, like, that pains me. I wish nothing but success for this man right here, because there is more moves coming along. Europe is in shambles right now, by the way. Everything besides just the Vatira joining, BDS potentially joining, by the way, has not been confirmed, but it's widely assumed it will happen. Usually Shift is like 95% accurate with their roster updates and all that, the rumors and whatnot. Anyways, Mark, I really hope for the best for his future. Vatira, kind of a villain for this, but it's for the money. It's for money. Potentially joining a better team too, because you could argue that Joyo and Rise, you just came in second in the major. Your roof is fucking endless. Whatever, your ceiling's endless, and you're right. You might be right. I think that is right. Actually, I think this BDS move is it's good, but like, man, why couldn't he stick with Queso, bro? And why couldn't Mark stick with BDS? I just shocks me. It shocks me. And then that means Queso needs a replacement. And so many other rosters have replacements. So I know you're begging for me to fucking just scroll down and look at this. Basically, as it says, I don't know. BDS had one bad result against FaZe. Team BDS have begun the search for a new addition to their squad, with the Team Queso star Vatira leading the pack as a favorite to join the roster. Obviously, his teammates just Rise and Joyo, and they played insane. Vatira actually didn't have the major I thought he would have. I predicted he would be like... I had my S tier players, but I stated in the video that Vatira was like my only S plus tier video going into the winter major. However, he probably performed the worst on his team, but his worst is still incredible. It's kind of scary. And he even tweeted on Twitter that he was like literally what I just said. He was feeling good going into the major, but then at the major, he wasn't playing quite to his highest level. So it's kind of insane that he has more to show, and he does. He certainly does. So what do you think about this roster? Extra, Monkey Moon, Vatira. It's on the thumbnail. You see it right here. I think this roster is insane. I think Extra is now the most inconsistent on the team. Taking that title away from Mark, maybe, because a lot of people thought Mark was pretty inconsistent, because he was at times for sure. Monkey Moon's always going to be fucking insane. Vatira, I mean, we just saw him, insane. And Extra, he's going to be good. He's going to show up, I imagine, to all these. And I rate this team as number 1 for my spring major favorite. Number 1 EU spring major favorite. I think they're going to be better than the new Queso with Joyo, Rise, and potentially Archie. That's what I have been hearing. And I actually want to go back. By the way, this is all it said. Hopefully you read this in the background if you wanted to. It was just saying that Vatira was the primary target and Mark going to a different team. We'll cover that too in a sec. But I wanted to look at all of the this little thread right here. So I went over this in like the last video, and the only new one on the roster changes was in EU. Noli is officially looking for team, and that is official, not just from Shift. And then the roster rumors down here. So we saw this one, which was like the biggest one so far, but now we have this Team BDS, Monkey Moon, Extra, and Vatira. Absolutely absurd. And then we have Carmine Corp. I thought this one was very underrated. And then we have Gil down here too. But Carmine Corp, Itachi, Astral, and then Chas F45. pretty familiar faces with Astral and Chaussette. I think, before it was Astral, Chaussette, and then Farah, and they made majors in RLCSX, right? Right, they did. I'm almost certain they did, and they were good together. They played well, and for what people thought Farah wasn't on the level of most RLCS players, like he still performed. They all still performed, and now I think this team got a huge upgrade with the familiar face of Chaussette playing with Astral, and then Itachi, who is the most underrated player outside of the teams that just made the winter major. I think I think of Itachi, maybe the only name that didn't make the major comes to mind is like Mist, who currently is on a RLCS season 2022 team. You know what I mean? So like Itachi and Mist didn't make those, but like they might be the best players that missed out on the major. Could be some other ones that come to mind, but that's just right off the top of my head. So yeah, watch out for this team. I do think they are going to make the major. I think 1, 2, 3. I don't know who my 4 and my 5 is for EU. Oh, obviously the Joyo team with potentially Archie and Still Rise. I think that's going to be the 4th EU major for the spring team. And then my 5th team, I'm not sure. That one's up for grabs as of now. And then we see Guild here, Devo, CRR, and Mark. Don't sleep on this team, bro. Looking right at it, I thought to myself, Mark replacing Noli, that's interesting because Noli I considered to be their best player. But I read like the Shift article for it, and I guess the reasoning behind it was like Noli was performing the worst on the team in like terms of the octane rating. I don't know how that shit works. I guess it's just like a combination of score point or points, goals, and all that shit, whatever. Anyways, Mark, Devo, and CRR. I see this as like the European G2. I see this as a team that will be passing the ball a lot and not doing anything crazy mechanically, but just hitting it. They're hitting it to each other. They're looking for goals, and that's all. I don't know if they're going to be successful. I hope they are, because that would be a fun team to watch. I fuck with this team. I fuck with this roster. I think they're like that. I think they're going to perform. We already covered this the other day. What else do I see here that sticks out to me? Nothing really. I guess that's really it for the roster rumors and changes. But man, I feel like there was so much more. I don't know what else. I don't know what else there is to look at. And another thing too, there was also a potential talks of not Vatira joining BDS for that Mark by 8 spot, but Seiko from Endpoint. So that would be a very reasonable one too, because Vatira with Team Queso, incredible org and team that should stick together. And speaking of org, I meant to say that they could potentially be picked up by Fnatic, huge esports org. I'm pretty sure they're located in Europe as well, so that would be a great pickup for them. Obviously making a lot of money, so that could be a potential route. I don't think that will be the case though. I do think Vatira will go to BDS, but if Seiko goes to BDS with Extra and Monkey, I see that as being such a better outcome for like a lot of groups and people, because that Endpoint roster with I've always thought Endpoint wasn't a great team, and I might hear a lot of people to hear me and say, oh, Fiendster, you're a fucking idiot. I mean, they made the major. They got to be decent. They got to be good. I just don't think that Metanoris and Relating Wave are on the level of Seiko, and I don't know if they can ever truly like win everything, win it all. So I really want to see the best for Seiko too. That's just a potential move. But as far as we know, Vatira, Monkey, and Extra, man, that team's going to be insane. Holy shit. I can't wait to watch that if that comes to life, if that actually happens, which I'm assuming it will, because these shift people are always right. Shout out them for the information. I guess I'll comment on this video if anything happens throughout the day. This is all I really know of as of now. Yeah, Europe in shambles. I don't know who to root for, and I don't know. Well, I do know who's going to be good. I think BDS and New Queso is going to be the best 2 teams, and Vitality. All 3 of those teams, insane. That's going to be it, though. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Definitely comment. I want to hear your thoughts, and I want to talk about it. Yeah, have a good day or night, wherever you are on planet Earth. And that's it. Love you all. Peace.